Hello team! Welcome to this week's episode 22. It is December 26th, aka Boxing Day. So the crown is actually from yesterday. I've kept it behind just for this little intro bit. Thank you for joining another one. It has been a wonderful week. I'll caveat that by saying that Christmas is not always perfect. It can be a really tough time. But I guess I'm just taking snippets of what has been fun so far. And yeah, not to bring the mood down or anything, but I also recognize that this isn't an easy period for everyone, but we are nearly over the other side. All that being said, I had my birthday this week and I ate at some really fantastic places. So I was lucky enough to be treated to a lunch at Batarga, which is a Greek place and is a sister restaurant of Lagana, which I've been to before and have reviewed on here. I did not love Lagana, but I really enjoyed Batarga. So you'll see what we ate there in the upcoming footage. That same day for my birthday was treated to Akara in London Bridge, central London, and that was just delicious, surprising, but in the best way. I don't think that either places are particularly cheap, so I feel especially lucky, but both are worth it. Akara, I think, was surprising just because I haven't had that much African cuisine, and it's a fusion between African and Brazilian. It was super flavorsome, nice bit of spice and bite to things. I would 100% recommend, but look at menu prices and then, gauge if you are comfortable paying that much for the food. But yeah, really delicious, would highly recommend. This week started off a bit weird because I got a slight injury in my knee, which has kind of hampered training this week. I was essentially running down a pavement for a long run, and I'd seen a couple of dogs and they were coming out of a car. I didn't think anything of it, but one of them, basically as I ran past the car that they were coming out of, decided to jump on me. I didn't see it coming, obviously. I fell over right on my knee with all the weight on my right knee. And so that has meant absolutely no exercise this week. That's all to say that it started off kind of weird and I haven't been able to walk loads. Yeah, so that has been interesting. I have had to do a lot of prep for Christmas Day, obviously. I was hosting this year, so you'll see in the upcoming footage just how all of that goes. I started telling you about how organized I was for it and the sort of lists I made in the last episode. I gotta say, lists help for sure as a reference point, but you also have to be comfortable with the list items kind of going out the window. I used it more for the purpose of remembering key items and remembering things coming together. But in terms of the timings, sorry about this, the timings for each element, yeah, that went out the window. Anyway, watch on to see how it all went down. Thank you so much for joining another one. I hope that it's an interesting one. I obviously am showing this footage of prep after Christmas Day, but I hope that it will still be interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you had any cooking disasters this Christmas. Yeah, now I guess it's just getting ready for these very relaxing days in between Christmas and New Year's. But anyway, thanks everyone for joining. See you soon.
I'm here.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, which means it's my birthday, and just had the Christmas shopping arrive just now. The guy who delivered it was so jolly and so ready to get going, ready to work. Seeing as the Christmas shopping just arrived, I'm just gonna pack it away and do a little filming of that. It might go terribly because I'm not very good at the Tetris vibe of rearranging things in my fridge. It's not a huge fridge, but yeah, watch me while I try and pack everything away. Clearly it's very early in the morning. I'm still trying to adjust. They weren't lying when they said large cauliflower. Jeez. Some of the stuff, like the potatoes, I'm just gonna have out of the fridge. Celery for the beef stuffing. Cabbage for the, braised red cabbage. 4 lots of cheese, including the Boursin truffle for the cauliflower. Okay, somehow I've ordered 2 parsnips. Oh well. 2 random little loose carrots that I plan to use for the gravy. So I'll start my gravy on Christmas Eve, and I will just cut up a couple of carrots, bake them in the oven alongside lots of herbs and garlic, etc. And that will be like the base of the gravy. And then, yeah, I'll throw in meat juices basically. Got some ciabatta rolls, some of which I'll be using for the stuffing, just as breadcrumbs, but then also, hopefully I'll be able to keep at least 2 back so that we can have leftovers the next day with turkey or with lamb or whatever. Finally, some chestnuts for those Brussels sprouts, cranberries for cranberry sauce, honey for the parsnips and carrots. Okay, it could be worse, but I am about to go pick up the meat from the butcher's as well. Apparently this butcher's opens at 5 a.m. sort of these pre-Christmas days, which I didn't realize was a common thing. See you there. I think I may have gone too far. May have done too much. But yay to leftovers, am I right? Look at that old turkey. 20 pigs in blankets, because that's the smallest portion that they do. So we will have a lot of stuff left over. So say that this is the first time I'm hosting and cooking. So I think I've gotten overexcited, and there's always the fear of not having enough stuff. I'm very interested to see how my oven will handle all of this. They even pack the turkey with a thermometer. How cute is that? I mean, is this just like standard? It might be. I wouldn't know. Anyway, very cute. Love it. Immaculate vibes at the butcher's today. Look how thick it is. Wow. Thank you. Do you?
I always know when you enjoy something and when you don't really enjoy it. Got a soul.
Long song.
I don't know. I just remember I was like, oh.
We're just gonna scoop from.
There's no depth here.
Let's look at our things on there. We're gonna struggle with these, aren't we? Shall we order another one? A massive, amazing prawn. It's like tomato. Is it tomato?
We've got another one of those.
Oh, okay. So I need to.
No. We have
That looks like one croissant. That probably is lamb. Dibby. I don't even know we ordered that.
That sounds even weirder.
It's so funny.
Yes, I am indeed. It's officially Christmas break, everyone. We are at Tuesday, 23rd December. Yeah, I couldn't wait to come on basically and cheer that on. Also, my neighbor very, very kindly dropped me off a little parcel, which includes brown soda bread mix from Ireland, apparently. So she's Irish, and she got me this as a little like Christmas gift. She also got me, I'll walk over now to show you, these sorry about the terrible angle, these seeds, because she's basically so good in the allotment and she really knows what she's doing, which is not something I can say for myself. But she got me a little package with seeds, which includes French beans. French bean seeds. Need to work out when I need to plant those. It's obviously like coming up to winter, so it's a bit of a dead zone on my plot at the moment. I've got some broad beans growing, which look relatively healthy, and then I'm gonna plant some corn in February. But other than that, it's not fruitful like it usually is in sort of warmer months. I also have Swiss chard. Yeah, I love this kind of stuff. So neighborly. That allotment, I really do think it brings out the best in our community. I mean, our community's strong, pretty strong anyway, particularly with a couple of neighbors. But yeah, I think the allotment just sort of boosts that even more. So if you're somewhere in the UK or elsewhere where you can get access to green space and an allotment that's shared between people, hopefully I'm not wrong in saying that that does kind of bring about a sense of community. I'm sure it varies allotment to allotment, but yeah, that is my advice. But seeing as it's now Christmas break, I shall put this camera down and just rest and chill for a bit until Christmas Day prep starts tomorrow and Christmas Eve. So I'll see you then. Morning everyone, it is Christmas Eve. And you may have seen in my last episode I had a list of things I needed to get done today just to make tomorrow sort of a bit less stressful, and also just the more you plan, the more prepared you are. So yeah, so here we are. So I have my handy list. Initially I had the item of dry brining the turkey. I have since done my research and seen just how much is involved in dry brining, which is basically a lot of putting on herbs, salt, seasoning, whatever, then letting the turkey rest, washing that off, doing that over again like two, 3 times. Maybe I read a really complicated recipe, but I've decided not to do that. But I do have cleaning the flat. Then I've got parboiling potatoes, parboiling cauliflower, making the cheese sauce for the cauliflower cheese, then parboiling carrots, then parboiling parsnips, slow cooking the braised red cabbage in the evening, and I can have that sort of overnight, and then maybe we'll wake up to like those lovely smells as well in the morning. I'm also going to prepare the butter that will go under the turkey skin. I'm gonna boil the Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna start the gravy, and I'm gonna make cranberry sauce. Because it's sort of 7:20, I've decided to go for the easier task first, which is making the cranberry sauce. I have fresh cranberries in the fridge, and that'll just basically, the cranberry sauce will just consist of the fresh cranberries, brown sugar, I believe, and then orange juice. I'm missing an ingredient there, but I will list it. Another thing is I made the beef stuffing yesterday. The beef stuffing, which I'm not even sure people are gonna have, but we're gonna have lots of leftovers, so that is good news. And what I've also done, because I'm nervous about, well, nervous is a strong word. I'm not really nervous. This is all, it's more adrenaline, excitement, and maybe a bit of nerves. I was feeling adrenaline around having enough baking dishes. So what I've done is labeled everything just so I know where everything is going. Whether or not that means actually cooking the stuff in that, I'm unsure. For most things it is that. So I'll bring you a bit closer. So I've got the potatoes here. I've got turkey, lamb, because the lamb is half a leg, so it's quite substantial. Plus I want to make the gravy more based on the lamb juice than the turkey. So yeah, This is the lamb. Stuffing balls. Here we've got parsnips and carrots, but because the parsnips and the carrots are going to be cooked in different ways, so the carrots will have orange juice and honey, whereas the parsnips will have honey and miso. I'm not sure if I'm going to cook them in the same dish. Then we've got the cauliflower cheese in here. That's my usual go-to for cauliflower cheese. Then we've got cranberry sauce, and then we've got Brussels sprouts here. So yeah, so I think that's helping me mentally to kind of compartmentalize things. It may not look that way now because it's a little overwhelming seemingly. Yeah, I guess let's get started on our Christmas Day prep. Currently is I've got the Brussels sprouts on the boil. I've got some pine nuts. I just want to brown them ahead of putting them in the beef stuffing. I'm parboiling some parsnips, and I'm also making the cranberry sauce. My hob is making some weird noises. Let's hope that that doesn't mean anything particular. It's just having to work a bit harder. Let's hope that that's all that is. All stations a go. Decided to just put the honey and orange juice, just the juice of half an orange basically, on the carrots, mix it around. So that's all ready to just go in the oven tomorrow. We're now, sorry about the noise in the background, we're now on to parboiling the potatoes. So that is one thing, another thing off the list. Feels quite satisfying. And then I'm gonna prepare the butter for under the turkey skin. But later on today, I'm going to do the red cabbage, and right before that, start the gravy as well. It's not even 11 and I feel like it's 5 p.m. I am about to make the butter for under the skin of the turkey. It says for a large bird to have around 200 grams of butter, and then you put in dried herbs like thyme, rosemary, and sage. You could also put things like dried cranberries. We've done that in the past with my mom, but also going to add some lemon zest as well. And then I'm just going to sort of widen the gap between the skin and the turkey breast and just tuck it underneath, put it back in the fridge, and then yeah, it's all ready for tomorrow.
Along is a nice path. Little serving dish, the lovely onion that's almost like extra festive magic. I've got easy and utterly incredible. Drain it. Will just be like go forward. You make it there.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It is currently 5 a.m. and I'm just about to put the lamb in the oven. Hello team, apologies for the mess here, apologies for the mess here. I haven't obviously prioritized makeup and changing just yet. So progress update, I have put the lamb into the oven. It's at 100 degrees fan, so it's very low temperature for like 7 hours. So I put it in at 5:30 and that should be okay at around 12ish. The reason why I've put it in so early with my friends coming at 2 in order to eat at 2:30, the reason why I have put it in earlier is because the slow cooking temperature is obviously a bit of a risk with the turkey and the space in the oven. So I'm just gonna put as many things in as I can, and we're gonna think about reheating but also prioritize the heating of the turkey, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, just thought it'd be best to get the lamb out of the way. What I then did was make the cheese sauce for the cauliflower cheese. Meant to do that yesterday, but I was slacking. Not really slacking, but didn't get around to it. And then I've also started making the base for the gravy again, because I did that yesterday, but it burnt and I kind of forgot about it in the oven. So in that I have a whole onion, a couple of carrots, which I had parboiled yesterday. Then I've added in vegetable stock, a bunch of herbs, garlic, and some brandy as well, actually. So in a bit, I'm gonna take it out of the oven. So transfer it onto the hob, add some red wine, leave it simmering for a little bit. I suspect I'll have to take that off the heat at some point and then reheat as well. I've also, a little bit rogue, but I've put in the carrots already because again, I'm wary of oven space and that's okay to reheat quite easily. So yeah, I hope I've done things in the right order, but I'm just always wary of the meat taking a long time. So, and obviously wary of oven space as well. I've also, because I didn't want to cook any breakfast at all or worry about any additional cooking, I have some croissants. I have some leftover, it looks a bit gross, but I have some leftover cheese sauce that I thought we could put in the croissants if we wanted to go extra indulgent. And then, yeah, this is all before, obviously, present opening. So, yeah, busy morning, but there will be a dip, obviously, in the afternoon before my friends join at 2. Yeah, and how cute is this? This is the dish I'm gonna serve the nibbles at the start, and as I mentioned before, the nibbles are purely just like parmesan bits, like shards, crisps, and olives. So very simple, not over the top, but it'll just keep people going. And then I think what I'll do, well, when I'm done with this list, which this list has basically gotten messier and messier because I keep thinking of new things, changing the times. So this is like an organized mess, but at least there's a list that I can refer to if I forget anything that I have to do. And I've started ticking things off. Oh, obviously, sorry, in addition to what I mentioned before, I've also added some chestnuts into the beef stuffing, which I should have done from before, but here we are. There's a few other things. So I mentioned bringing the gravy to the hob, adding red wine, letting it simmer at a really low temperature. And then I'm gonna start reheating the cabbage in the slow cooker at around 9. That really won't take long. To be honest, most other things start from around 12:30. So there's a bit of time. It's now 7:30. There's a bit of, yeah. I basically woke up at 10 to 4 this morning, which is really no fun at all, but I'm feeling like a surge of energy. I'm feeling adrenaline. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I might as well, it's one day of the year, you know, how bad can it be? But I did go to bed around midnight yesterday. So this is going to be interesting. Sometimes if I'm really tired, I am on supercharge and like energized and trying to like deny the tiredness as much as possible. Or on the other hand, the tiredness might make me forget things or make mistakes. Let's be optimistic. Let's hope it's the first one. Anyway, peeps, I'm going to probably watch some content on YouTube. I did take a brief break to watch Toast with Hope, her Vlogmas has been amazing, and I watched the penultimate one today. The woman's a genius. She's just great and such a natural. I can only hope to emulate her style in the future, her style and skill. Oh my goodness, I apologize for this mess. I guess this is, you know, Instagram versus reality playing out in real time. Anyway, I will see you shortly, team. Okay, progress update on the gravy. It's now, the sort of base, or what I call a base, is now out of the oven. Transferred to the hob. I've added quite a bit of red wine, about 300 ml. And I'm just gonna leave it for a simmer. And then naturally after some time, I'll be able to mash the vegetables and make it a more smooth consistency. And also obviously add the meat juices as well. So watch this space.
I was about to call it quits. And she was the first person.
She doesn't always get it.
No. Apparently, best reaction.
No, there's still more to reveal.
Yeah. There it is. Right.
Oh my, oh.
Oh.
What's in there?
Is that stuffing?
Yes.
Stuffing, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus, Emma, you've literally made everything that could possibly ever be.
How long did it take? It was taking hours and hours and
It
hours.
is 6 days.
Yesterday is when I started prep. I thought I had done a lot. I
You
hadn't.
had.
Oh. That was
Roasties.
Oh my goodness. Where's it all going to go? That's
Yeah.
Stuck in the bowls.
Oh, I mean, I feel like you've really remembered anything I've ever said in our
Yeah.
20 years of friendship about
Yes.
Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. It's a big
Chunks. Yeah.
Chunks.
That's what you want. Yeah, and now do this one.
Okay. This is hilarious.
You edit this stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
That's it. That's the shot.
Ah.
Love. Oh, yes. Oh,
That's the shot.
that's the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, lovely.
Awesome. Crispy.
Oh my god. Parents.
Mm.
Yeah.